I'm about to show you a video that cements the fact that apartheid is very much going on in the streets of Palestine, thanks to the Israelis and their administration. I mean, they won't let you call it apartheid, despite Amnesty, the UN, and other large groups pointing out that that's exactly what this is. I mean, that's also, we have South Africans telling us, Desmond Tutu was one, that it's worse than their apartheid was. And I remember the South African apartheid. I was old enough to comprehend all of that. And it is worse. It's different and worse, but it's still apartheid. So in this video, you'll see a gentleman at the beginning whose front door is literally, or his front gate is literally on a checkpoint. He can't go in and out of his own abode, his own house, without going through a checkpoint. And most Palestinians have to go through checkpoints, go to work or school or what have you, visit family. There are streets and lanes that are only accessible to certain people, and only in certain circumstances. Some they can drive on, some they can't, some they can walk on, some they can't, some they can live and have businesses on, some they can't. It's apartheid. I don't care how many ways you want to cut this. If you separate a population into, you can go here and you can go there, it's a segregation. It is apartheid. If they aren't treated exactly the same within the confines of a town, city, village, if one group of people are treated differently from another and they have separate things they can use and do and be part of, that's apartheid. And if Amnesty and the UN and other groups recognise that fact, it doesn't matter how loud Israel screams to the negative, facts are facts, and apartheid is wrong. And that's never minding all the war crimes that go on. Apartheid is apartheid, and it doesn't matter which way you cut it, Israel. You are committing an offence against humanity. You'll never get forgiven for this. Because eventually your time will come when people do not want to listen to you anymore and will start fighting and kicking back. And these are the things that will knock those nails into the coffin of Israel. But you carry on. As I keep saying, shoot yourselves in the foot. You're doing it for us.
Who live here go through every day.
كيف الحياة هون يعني شفتك هلا عم بتمر في حاجز.
صعب عندنا هون كثير.
This is Fadel, who has lived in this home his whole life. In the 1980s, Israel set up this checkpoint in front of his house. Fadel now has to check in every time he leaves or enters his own home.
كيف بضايقوا عليكم؟
زي ما انت شايفه بخلوش قرايبنا يجوا علينا. يعني بنتي متجوزه مين مسموح لها تيجي جوزها لا.
واو، وهلا لما بتمرق ايش لازم تفرجيه؟
اسمه ورقم هويتي.
وانت بتقدر تمشي لا. هون مش ممنوع؟
بس لحديك.
واو.
ممنوع.
Fadel isn't alone. Thousands of other Palestinians in Hebron are also forced to pass military checkpoints just to go home. The military also bans Palestinians from using certain streets, as Ori shows me.
On that street over there, Palestinians are allowed to walk and open businesses, but not allowed to drive. The yellow street on the map is a street where Palestinians are only allowed to walk, not allowed to drive, and not allowed to open businesses. The street that we're heading towards are mostly sterile, meaning that no Palestinian in the whole wide world can walk on those streets. If you do one step over here, no Palestinians are allowed here. If we take one step here, here Palestinians are allowed. And I don't know any other word to call this than apartheid.
All these restrictions help Israel maintain its hold on Hebron, but they're also in place to protect Israeli settlers. And the ones in Hebron are known for being among the most violent in all of the occupied West Bank.
Our order in Hebron is protect the Jewish settlers, right? We don't have an order protect Palestinians if settlers harass them.
The soldiers never protect the Palestinians.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not in our order.